Good afternoon, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A frantic search is continuing at Maitland for two people who've been washed away in floodwaters. It appears an elderly woman in a small car got stuck in the water on Cessnock Road. Another car followed her in to try and help her, but it too was washed away. Earlier, a man and woman in their 40s were rescued after their car was swept off Cessnock Road. They're being treated for hypothermia. SES crews from Victoria and the ACT have been brought in to assist with a large number of calls for assistance in the wake of this week's storms and floods in the Hunter. There have been more than 2,700 calls received from the Hunter alone, mainly for downed trees and damaged roofs. Todd Burns from the SES says the natural disaster could end up being of greater magnitude than the 2007 Pasha-Bulka storm.
We're being told that this will match it or perhaps even exceed the ferocity of that event. And it's certainly looking like it at this stage, especially if we get hit again from those storm cells that are just off the coast.
As the Hunter begins the massive clean-up following this week's major weather event, Premier Mike Baird says the region will be declared a natural disaster zone. Such a declaration would trigger a range of relief measures and support for residents and communities who've been severely impacted by the storms and floods. Federal Patterson MP Bob Baldwin says areas such as Dundalk will need help to recover from the devastation.
I think that there is a case here for declaring a state of emergency. We need all the support we can get. Whilst I've got incredible communities that band together and come together at times like this, they do need both state, federal and local government support.
Newcastle Council crews are working to clear fallen trees from major arterial roads in the city to improve access for emergency vehicles. Lord Mayor Nuatali Nelm says many council assets have been badly damaged in the storm.
I do know anecdotally that a lot of our trees in our parks are down. We've had roofs off a lot of our buildings and stadiums through parks and gardens in the city. We've had significant damage along our coastline. There was roads closed due to flooding around Shortland Esplanade this morning.
Meanwhile, the massive storm has been declared a catastrophe by insurers. Campbell Fuller from the Insurance Council of Australia says moves are in place to ensure people affected by storm damage can have their claims assessed and processed quickly.
Across the affected areas of New South Wales, insurers have received more than 19,500 claims, and the losses are estimated at $129 million. A large portion of those are from the Central Coast and Hunter regions. This morning, the Insurance Council of Australia declared a catastrophe for the storm-affected regions of New South Wales. This enables industry resources to be fully harnessed to assist those affected communities, and it means that claims from these storms will be prioritised.
Briefly in sport, the Cowboys say they're keen to play a smart but aggressive game in Saturday's Anzac Day rematch with the Knights at Hunter Stadium after Newcastle accused of grubby tactics in the last match in round 2. And in AFL, 18-year-old Newcastle product Isaac Heaney has earned the latest Rising Star nomination after kicking 4 goals in the Sydney Swans win over Greater Western Sydney last Saturday. To NURFM News Time is 12:09.